Right now, when you sit behind the steering wheel, you feel in control. You decide when to accelerate, when to brake, when to turn, and when to stop. Driving feels natural, normal, and even emotional. But in the future, that simple act, a human driving a car, may slowly become rare, restricted, and eventually illegal in many parts of the world. Not because humans forgot how to drive, not because cars stopped working, but because machines will simply become better drivers than us. Every year, millions of accidents happen because of human error. Distraction, fatigue, anger, alcohol, misjudgment, and slow reaction times all lead to crashes. Even the best driver makes mistakes. Governments see these numbers not as personal tragedies but as statistics, and statistics create laws. As artificial intelligence improves, self-driving systems are already proving that they can react faster than humans, see in all directions at once, never get tired, never get drunk, and never lose focus. When these systems become statistically safer than human drivers, governments will face a moral and legal question. If machines are safer, is it responsible to allow humans to drive? At first, autonomous cars will be optional. Then they will be recommended. Then they will be encouraged with lower insurance, tax benefits, and special road access. Human-driven cars will slowly become more expensive to insure, harder to register, and more restricted in cities. Eventually, in some places, they may be banned completely. The first cars humans may no longer be allowed to drive are high-speed vehicles. Sports cars, supercars, and any vehicle capable of extreme acceleration or speed will be considered too dangerous for manual control. Machines can handle high performance safely. Humans cannot, not consistently. A car that can go from 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds will be seen not as a toy, but as a risk. Even if only one person misuses it, the consequences can be fatal. So governments may decide that if a car is that powerful, it must be controlled by AI, not a human. Next will be heavy vehicles. Large SUVs, trucks, and commercial vans are already responsible for a disproportionate amount of road damage, fatal accidents, and pedestrian injuries. Their size makes human error more deadly. Autonomous systems can calculate distances perfectly, predict movement patterns, and react faster than a human brain. For heavy vehicles especially, that precision matters. So in the future, you might be allowed to own a big truck, but not drive it yourself. You will simply tell it where to go. Then comes urban driving. Cities will become the first places where human driving disappears. Dense traffic, pedestrians, cyclists, and micro-mobility devices make cities chaotic environments. Humans struggle with this complexity. Machines thrive in it. In many cities, human driving may be banned entirely from downtown areas. Only autonomous vehicles will be allowed to operate, because they communicate with traffic systems, with each other, and with city infrastructure. Your car will talk to traffic lights. Traffic lights will talk to pedestrians' phones. Pedestrians' phones will talk to your car. The system will be connected, predictive, and precise, and a human behind the wheel becomes the weakest link. Eventually, human drivers will be allowed only in special zones, rural roads, recreational tracks, or closed environments designed for manual driving. Driving will become a hobby, not a necessity, just like riding a horse today. Once horses were transportation, now they are recreation. Cars will follow the same path. You won't drive to work. Your car will drive you to work. You won't control the vehicle. You will supervise it, if even that. And that's just the beginning. Because when humans stop driving, the entire meaning of a car changes. It becomes a space you occupy. A moving room, a mobile office, a sleeping pod, a rolling entertainment center. Steering wheels may disappear. Pedals may vanish. Seats may rotate. Windows may become screens. The car will stop being a vehicle and start being a device. And in that world, human driving will feel outdated, dangerous, inefficient, and unnecessary. Not evil, not forbidden, just obsolete. Now let's go deeper into exactly which types of cars humans are most likely to lose control over first, and why. The first category is taxis and ride-hailing vehicles. Taxi driving is one of the most repetitive, predictable, and data-driven forms of driving. The same routes, the same traffic patterns, the same pickup and drop-off behavior happens every day. That makes it perfect for automation. Autonomous taxis don't need brakes. They don't need salaries. They don't get tired. They don't get angry at traffic. They don't speed out of frustration. They simply operate. Once autonomous taxis become cheaper than human drivers, companies will switch immediately. Governments will support it because it reduces accidents, congestion, and emissions. Once that happens, human-driven taxis may disappear almost entirely from cities. Then there are delivery vehicles. Every online order, every food delivery, every parcel shipment creates more traffic. Humans driving delivery vans create congestion, parking problems, and accident risks. Autonomous delivery vehicles can operate at night, choose optimal routes, park precisely, and communicate with logistics systems. Cities may decide that delivery vehicles must be autonomous to reduce chaos and improve efficiency. You may still see delivery vans, but there will be no driver inside. Next are high-performance cars. Sports cars and supercars represent freedom, power, and emotion. But they also represent speed, risk, and deadly mistakes. A single crash involving a high-performance car can kill multiple people and destroy public trust. As cars become faster and more powerful, human reaction times become the limiting factor. Machines can react in milliseconds. Humans react in seconds. At some point, governments will decide that if a car can exceed certain performance thresholds, it cannot be manually driven on public roads. You may still own a supercar. You may still sit inside it, but the AI will be driving. Human control will be restricted to racetracks or closed environments. Then come heavy vehicles. Large trucks, buses, and construction vehicles cause enormous damage when mistakes happen. The heavier the vehicle, the more catastrophic the accident. Autonomous systems reduce these risks dramatically. They don't miss blind spots. They don't fall asleep, they don't panic. So long-haul trucks may become fully autonomous first. Human drivers may only supervise remotely or handle complex situations manually through remote control systems. Eventually, even that may disappear. Now let's talk about personal cars. This is the most emotional category. People don't want to lose control of their personal vehicles. Driving feels personal. It feels like freedom. But governments don't think emotionally. They think statistically. If autonomous cars reduce accident rates by even 30%, the political pressure to mandate them will be overwhelming. If they reduce it by 60% or 80%, it becomes impossible to justify human driving. At first, human-driven personal cars will be allowed, but with higher insurance, higher taxes, and more restrictions. Then they will be allowed only in certain areas, then only at certain times, then only with special licenses. Eventually, driving manually may require justification. Like flying a plane requires a license today. You won't casually drive, you'll be permitted to drive, and most people won't bother. Finally, there is one category people rarely think about: emergency vehicles. Ambulances, police cars, and fire trucks must move faster and safer than any other vehicles. They must avoid accidents at all costs. Autonomous systems can optimize routes instantly, predict traffic behavior, and coordinate across entire cities. So even emergency vehicles may eventually be driven by AI, not because humans are bad, but because machines are simply better at the task. By the time all this happens, human driving will feel strange. People will ask, why would anyone want to manually control a 2-ton metal machine at high speed in a crowded environment? It will feel like letting people manually control airplanes in busy airspace. It will feel irresponsible, not evil. Not wrong, just outdated. In Part 3, we'll explore how this shift will affect jobs, identity, car culture, and human psychology, and why losing the steering wheel may change society more than we expect. When humans stop driving, something much bigger than transportation changes. Driving is not just a task. It is a ritual, a skill, a symbol of independence. For over a century, learning to drive has been a milestone of adulthood. A first car has been a symbol of freedom. A road trip has been a symbol of escape. So when driving disappears, society doesn't just lose a behavior. It loses a piece of identity. At first, people will resist. There will be protests. Car enthusiasts will argue that machines cannot replace the feeling of control. Racing fans will say that driving is art, not just function. Mechanics will say that cars are becoming too complex. Drivers will say that they don't trust machines with their lives. And emotionally, they will be right. But practically, the world will keep moving forward, because safety, efficiency, and economics will always win over emotion. Millions of driving-related jobs will be affected. Taxi drivers, truck drivers, delivery drivers, driving instructors, and even traffic police will slowly see their roles change or disappear. New jobs will appear instead. Fleet supervisors, AI traffic controllers, vehicle system technicians, remote operators, software engineers, urban mobility planners. But for many people, the transition will be painful. A truck driver does not become a software engineer overnight. A taxi driver cannot easily become a data analyst. Governments will struggle to retrain and support millions of workers whose skills become obsolete. This will create political tension. Some countries may delay autonomous adoption to protect jobs. Others may accelerate it to increase efficiency and competitiveness. The world will not change at the same speed everywhere, so human driving may survive longer in some regions than others. Rural areas will likely keep manual driving longer. Remote places with poor infrastructure and unpredictable terrain are harder for autonomous systems to manage. There, humans will remain necessary, but cities will change fast. Urban environments generate the most accidents, pollution, and congestion. That's where governments feel the most pressure. That's where automation brings the biggest benefits. So cities will become machine-driven first. Psychologically, people will change too. Time in cars will no longer be active, it will be passive. People will work, sleep, watch movies, take meetings, eat and relax while the car drives. Commute time will become personal time. The car will become a moving living room. This will change where people choose to live. If commuting is comfortable and productive, people may live farther from cities. Urban density may decrease. Suburbs may expand again, but in a different form. Car design will reflect this shift. Instead of focusing on handling, steering feel, or acceleration, cars will focus on comfort, interior space, soundproofing, lighting, screens, privacy, and safety. The best car will not be the fastest. It will be the most comfortable. The quietest, the most relaxing. The safest car culture will split into two worlds. One world will be functional, autonomous transport for daily life. The other will be emotional, manual driving as a hobby, sport, or luxury, just like horses today. Some people still ride horses, race them, love them, and build identities around them, but they don't depend on them. Driving will become the same. A passion, not a necessity. A choice, not a default. The road will no longer be a battlefield of human instincts. It will become a system. Predictable, efficient, quiet, and humans will slowly accept it, not because they love it, but because it works. As human driving disappears, new questions arise, legal, ethical, and social. Who is responsible when an autonomous car crashes? Is it the owner, the manufacturer, the software developer, or the city that allowed it to operate? Current laws are built around human mistakes. A driver runs a red light, a court assigns fault. But what happens when a machine miscalculates? When AI predicts incorrectly? When sensors fail? Entire legal systems must be rewritten from scratch. Insurance will change completely. Instead of covering driver error, policies will cover software error, hardware malfunction, and system hacking. Car owners may no longer pay for personal mistakes because there are none. Only companies, manufacturers, and fleets may hold liability. Then comes the ethical challenge. Machines do not have emotions, values, or morals. AI may make life and death decisions instantly, deciding between two impossible outcomes. Human drivers rarely face these split-second moral dilemmas consciously, but machines must be programmed with ethical frameworks. Who decides these rules? Engineers. Governments, ethics boards? And the social consequences are profound. Driving has long been a symbol of freedom, independence, and adulthood. Without manual control, humans lose a key expression of autonomy. A teenager's first car, a parent teaching a child to drive, road trips with friends. All of these will change forever. Some argue that this loss is too high a price for safety. Others argue that lives saved justify the change. In reality, the debate will continue for decades as technology advances faster than regulation. Finally, control itself becomes centralized. Traffic systems, vehicle fleets, and city roads communicate in real time. Roads may be optimized for AI, not humans. The car you used to drive may require software updates, digital permits, or complete integration with a central mobility system. In Part 5, we will explore the final stage, the complete transformation of personal mobility, how car culture will evolve, and what this new era of transportation means for our daily lives, our cities, and even our dreams. The final stage of this transformation is nothing short of revolutionary. Human-driven cars will become rare relics, museum pieces for enthusiasts, hobbyists, and thrill seekers. Cities will hum with autonomous vehicles quietly and efficiently moving people, goods, and services. Traffic jams will be history. Accidents caused by human error will drop dramatically. Pollution may decrease and urban life will be reshaped. Personal mobility will no longer be about skill or control. It will become a seamless service. Your car may pick you up at home, take the fastest route, avoid traffic, optimize energy consumption, and even suggest breaks or entertainment along the way. The vehicle will not only transport you but enhance your experience. your office, living room, or relaxation space on wheels. Car culture will adapt. Sports cars and luxury vehicles will survive, but only as controlled experiences. Racetracks, private roads, or AI-assisted supercars. Driving for fun will be a hobby, not a necessity. People may invest in autonomous vehicles for efficiency and safety, while appreciating traditional cars for nostalgia and passion. The roads of the future will be safer, cleaner, and more efficient, but humans will have to let go of control. Steering wheels, pedals, and manual gears may become rare, replaced by interfaces, screens, and voice commands. Cities, suburbs, and highways will be optimized for AI coordination, rather than human unpredictability. This evolution will change society, jobs, daily routines, urban planning, and even human psychology will adapt to a world where driving is no longer a universal skill. Independence will no longer be measured by who can control a car, but by how efficiently and safely one navigates a connected, intelligent transportation system. Ultimately, giving up the steering wheel is not a loss, and it is a transformation. It is the shift from chaos to order, from risk to safety, from manual labor to optimized living. Humans will remain in control of their lives, even if they are no longer in control of the wheel. The future of driving is here, and soon the question will not be whether humans can drive, it will be whether they should.